Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Why, hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to a new episode of Between the Ropes. I'm your host. My name is Kristie Wilson. I'm going to do a little bit of a spoiler, and I know the perfect sound effect for that one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cody Rhodes promo on SmackDown last night will be addressed next week. And Pat McAfee, fuck you. Your ass is mine next week as well. We figured to get that out of the way. And a drink too. But let's get down to the business at hand here. Yes, here we go. There's the fabulous ticker. You can follow BTR, follow ETB, follow me on social media, all that good stuff. Just let it go and by. So, yeah, definitely. Next one, of course, like I said, you can follow Between the Ropes on social media platforms at BTRETB. And, of course, the big one, the most important one, is youtube.com/ETB Network. Check out all our cool content. Hardwood Game Day with Trevor Williams, Bando's Breakdowns, Press Row, Forever Power 5, this show, because we're getting closer to 4,000 watch hours. And I've said it before, since I started promoting this a little bit more, is if we get those 4,000 watch hours, we can do some really awesome stuff, like more cooler stuff. You know, just fun things to make things, I guess, liven things up a little bit, but you know. Oh. Hey, KB. Hey, KB. Doing your thing out in the Gulf of Mexico. So, yeah. There you go. Saying hi to my buddy there. Now we're going to get down to the big news. This topic ended up coming up on Wednesday, so I kind of had to make it the main topic, and another reason to use this sound effect. This is why Patrick Starr saying wee woo, wee woo. Yes. This Wednesday on Dynamite, Chris Jericho is back officially in AEW. And I'm telling you, when he came out, it was a shocker. Let me give you a little tiny bit of a backstory here. Dynamite was in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada this Wednesday, and the first segment was actually supposed to be MJF and Kenny Omega signing their contract for their title match coming up next week at AEW Dynasty, which is going to be in Vancouver on the 12th of this month, 12th of April. Now, I guess Jericho couldn't help himself. He decided to make his presence known, come out there. He is, of course, from Winnipeg, so it made sense for him to come out and announce he's home. So my guess is the whole WWE thing, I think that might have been just rumors and stuff, just spread by the dirt sheets that the internet wrestling community just completely ate it up, saying, oh, he's going to WWE. Oh, is that Jericho in the box going to Elimination Chamber? No, it wasn't. My guess is he let the contract expire, started the negotiations, told Tony Khan, look, I'm your guy. I'm staying here. I don't want to go anywhere else. AEW is where it's at for me. And hopefully he can keep his ego under control enough that he can put a lot of some of the newer talent has been signed in recent months, or at least over the course of this year. He could put them over. But who knows what's going to happen on that front. Am I honestly glad he's back? A little bit. I have never been the biggest Chris Jericho fan, but it is what it is. He's a legend. He's accomplished so much in his wrestling career. It doesn't matter where he's been, whether it's WWE, New Japan, AEW. I mean, he's done a lot, and I mean a lot. He's just accomplished so much. I mean, come up with like one of the craziest ideas he ever came up with is, of course, the Money in the Bank ladder match, which you figured since he invented this whole thing, he would have won it, but he never did. But that's okay, because he gets to do stuff in AEW that WWE probably would have never let him do. And that's probably why he opted to stay. He probably saw how things are going in WWE as of late, and he said, that's not for me. That just isn't for me. So, excuse me. But that's one major thing that happened. Here's what was supposed to be the first topic of the show before Jericho decided to make his appearance and cause me to put him in the show, make him a topic of discussion on this program. Tonight on WWE's YouTube channel is, of course, Stand and Deliver, of course, taking place in St. Louis. And the card is crazy. It's a good card. I did already make one prediction. I'm going to make other predictions. The prediction, if you watched last week, was when I roasted Johnny Gargano. I predicted Miles Bourne was going to retain his NXT North American Championship. So that pick's already been made. I'm not gonna do it again. So, but here is your card matches. We got title matches. We got grudge matches. So here we go. We have one of the big matches, Stand and Deliver. This is tag team titles. The Vanity Project, I hate to say it, as much as I don't like these guys, they're going up against the Luchador tag team. His name completely eludes me. This shows how much I watch NXT. I try to watch as frequently as I can because I do like some of the talent on there, and I think they have great potential to be main roster superstars. So, but I mean, the tag team title match, I think Vanity Project's going to retain it, even though I don't like these guys. They give off douchebag vibes. I know that's probably part of their gimmick. I get it. I understand it. I don't like them. That's just me. That's one. And then we have a big, looks like this is a 10-person tag team match with the Birthright versus a ragtag bunch. I think the Birthright, led by Ariana Grace and her real-life fiance, Lorenzo Stacks, is going to win this match over Ren Sinclair, Shiloh Hill, Hank and Tank, and I don't know who the other guy is. This is so stupid. This is how bad that is. But yeah, I think Birthright's going to win this match. Another match on this card is a grudge match. We know Zarya's turned on Sol Ruca. Does this have the equivalent of being the female Gargano versus Ciampa? If you tell the story correctly, if you book this right, I think it could be. But there are also other factors in there. I'll get to it eventually after this comment. JB, I haven't gotten to Hendry yet. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. Yeah, say his name and he gets sad. I don't know. Well, like I said, I'll get to it. I'll get to Joe Hendry in just a bit. I'm talking about the grudge match, KB. Is Sol Ruca versus Zarya. Does it have a chance to be the female version of Ciampa versus Gargano? I couldn't say. Like I said, if you tell the story right, you book them right, you let it progress for a certain amount of time, I think they can pull it off. But the big thing that could happen is one of these two might go to the main roster. One of them could. Most people are saying it's Sol. She's done a lot. No, she's been, yes, she has been NXT Women's North American Champion. She had a chance to be NXT Women's Champion before Zarya decided to spear her into fucking oblivion. But that is a possibility. Soul could go to the main roster, but we'll see what happens. But I have to pick. I know many are going Zarya. I think Soul might pull off the surprise. I don't know, but this one I'm gonna go Soul Ruka. I don't know. Already did the men's NXT Championship match. Miles Bourne will retain against Johnny Gargano. I know I already said that. Let's go to the title Soul Ruka previous as held. That's the NXT Women's North American title. It is Blake Monroe versus Tatum Paxley. Tatum got dragged to hell. I'm sure she enjoyed it there. Okay. Sorry, KB. Sorry. I'm getting to Hendry, I promise. I'm getting to him. No, I gotta bring the banner back. Sorry. Okay, I had distracted for a second. All right, I mentioned Blake Monroe wants that NXT Women's North American title back. She has held it before. She wants to be the first ever two-time NXT Women's North American title. I don't think so. Blake could go to the main roster. I do think she's ready. Yeah, I have obliterated her. Yeah, she dragged Tatum Paxley to hell. Like I said, I'm sure Tatum Paxley actually enjoyed it. And then came out and like, you ain't getting my title, Blondie. No way. But I'm going Tatum Paxley on that one. I think she's definitely gonna, I think after that, the bad booking of her NXT women's title run, I do think Tatum deserves a good title reign with this women's North American title. Next match on the card, I'm going to get to the one that actually attracted some controversy because of this past Tuesday on NXT. It was a number one contenders match between Lola Vice and Kendall Gray. Winner of that would go to Stand and Deliver to face JC Jane. This ended in a double, I think Lola had Kendall in a submission. Kendall had Lola pinned. Nobody could tell based on the replay who actually got in the right position first. And right positions in pinfall or submission. Get your minds out of the gutter, people, please. It would be greatly appreciated. But the result is, and I think NXT GM Robert Stone, yes, he's no longer the interim GM. Thank you, God, for that one. Excited about that because I feel like he's been doing a great job as the GM of NXT. So I give him mad props for that. But it is a triple threat. It's JC Jane has to put the title on the line against both Kendall Gray and Lola Vice. This, I think, is pretty divisive. Do I think, is it going to be Lola? Is it going to be Kendall? Or is it going to be JC? Remember, I have said before in past episodes, JC Jane has not impressed me as a champion. I have never liked her as NXT Women's Champion. I know why they probably gave it to her because she's been there for 4 years. She could get a call up to the main roster, possibly SmackDown, because I've mentioned before in a past episode that brand's women's division is not very strong. And the result, Jade Cargill and Julia, the two women who currently hold titles on that brand, they don't have a lot of options for opponents. Sorry. Oh, Ice Cube got in there. But if I had to make a pick, this is hard. This is kind of tough, but here's the main factor. JC Jane does not have to be pinned or submitted. She doesn't have to factor into the match to lose. I know people love Kendall Gray. I think she's great too. But my honest opinion, I think Kendall's going to get a championship. She'll probably be NXT Women's Champion at some point. I don't think this is the time for her to do that. I agree, KB. JC and her crew need the call up. That's why my pick is going to be Miss Lola Vice. That's right. I think she's finally going to win that. I mean, there's no question in my mind, Kendall's going to be NXT Women's Champion. This just doesn't feel like, for me personally, doesn't feel like the right time for her to do that. She has been the Evolve Women's Champion. I get that, but she needs more time. I would say be patient. Now we're going to get to the thing that, resulted in KB giving me this comment. That is a fatal four-way. It is Tony D'Angelo, Ricky Saints, All Ego Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry. And, this, I think, is a little tough to decide. I know Tony D'Angelo just recently came back. He took care of Dark State. He wants that opportunity. I get that. All ego, Ethan Page and Ricky Starks have each been NXT champion. Those two assholes need to go to the main roster where they can really do more, where they can have more of an impact. That's my honest opinion. So if I had to pick, I know, we'll put the comment up again from KB here. But I don't think Joe Hendry is going to SmackDown or Raw. No main roster for him, not yet. I want to see him hold that onto that NXT title for just a little bit longer. Then I think Tony D'Angelo at a certain point is going to get his opportunity, and then he's going to eventually get it. But I'm going Joe Hendry retains. Remember, Hendry, like JC Jane in her match, he doesn't have to factor into who wins. He doesn't even have to be pinned or submitted. So there's all that. But that is coming up on WWE's YouTube channel, so check it out. This is definitely going to be interesting. I know we're used to seeing it around WrestleMania weekend, but not this time around. And I think it's a good thing, too. They don't need to be in the same city as WrestleMania. They don't. Next, it was announced by John Cena on his social media. WWE followed suit. John Cena is hosting WrestleMania 42. I guess this is one way of keeping him in the loop with WWE. So, I mean, I don't doubt that Cena has a sense of humor. He's very charming. He's charismatic. I think he can do a good job hosting this show. I really think he can. The Showcase of the Immortals it's not easy for anybody. Some hosts that I've seen, I mean, I still remember the great job the New Day did, WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. Alexa Bliss did a good job, WrestleMania 35. I mean, she did fantastic. She did really, really good. So some other hosts, I mean, they kind of slip my mind a lot of the time. Those are personal standouts for me, but I think Cena can do very, very well. I really think he can. And, I think he will. I definitely think he will. His music hits in Vegas, and I think the crowd's going to go ballistic when they see him. So even if he's not in the ring, he can still make you smile, make you laugh. And he will definitely, I think, do his part as host. I think he will do very, very well. So the next topic coming up now. Oh, before that, we're talking about NXT. Yeah, KB in agreement with me on Ethan Page and Ricky Saints should go to the main roster. The new Vision, KB, come on. Ethan Page's nickname is All Ego for a reason. I think he would clash badly with Braun Breaker when he comes back, with Bronson Reed when he comes back, with Logan Paul, who is still an asshole. By the way, Logan Paul, fuck you. You ain't shit. And Austin Theory and Heyman wouldn't be able to control any of them. The Vision's just out of control at this point. So let's get back to this topic right here. This was another big thing that happened. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, the promotion started up by former TNA president Scott D'Amore. He's got himself a TV deal with TSN Sports, one of the top sports networks in Canada. They're going to launch a show called Maple Leaf Pro Mayhem, which should be debuting in July. Now, this news came up during their Global Wars event with Ring of Honor. And if you're wondering why is Josh Alexander in the banner, I do have an update in relation to him because he was supposed to defend his Maple Leaf Pro Canadian Championship at that Global Wars event, same event where the TSN deal got announced. Like I mentioned in the shout out to him last week, hurt his knee, found out from his doctor that it's a really bad injury requiring surgery, and he's out. So bravo to Scott D'Amore for making this decision to have an interim champion, and former Dark Order member Stu Grayson is your interim Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Canadian champion. Just got to wait for Josh Alexander to get the all clear. He can come back and whatever big event Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling comes up with, or maybe an episode of this new Maple Leaf Pro Mayhem show that they're going to be doing on TSN. I think that's probably when Josh Alexander comes back and we have the unification match. So smart move by Scott D'Amore. I do feel he was screwed over by TNA. I've made my opinion clear on that. Exactly, KB. Yeah, TNA look like idiots for letting Scott D'Amore go. I totally agree. I mean, he's got a really good, he's really smart. And he knows the business. He understands the business. I think he knows and understands the business better than a lot of other people do. I mean, heck, I think he's smarter than some of the folks. I will be obliterating on next week's episode of BTR when I go after all of TKO and tell him fuck and say fuck you, Ari Emanuel, you ain't shit, you never were shit, and I'd like to bitch slap you pretty much. So, but yeah, TNA looking stupid for letting Scott D'Amore go because look at he's accomplished something massive. I know, I'm sure many of you are wondering, well, when is this going to happen in the United States? Give it time. I'm sure TSN, like other networks, are going to see, check the numbers, check the ratings, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm happy for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. They've got good talent to compete on other brands, but they all come together and they put on a great show, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, I got to do a quick little shout out to the 125 people watching me live. Hi, everybody. Hope all of you are enjoying the show because I'm going to get to something here. Yes, July 18th. If you're planning on going to Fanatics Fest, hopefully it's happening earlier in the day because Saturday night's main event is officially happening at the Garden, Madison Square Garden on July 18th, like the banner says. We'll see how everything goes, how it sets up. I know this is huge. This is a big one. What now? No. Hold on there, KB. I hate to do this to you, but still. I really do not want to use this sound effect on you, buddy. I love you, but this is what I got to do to you. Sorry. No. Maybe Josh will turn heel and have Pat McAfee. No. No. I don't want that to happen, KB. You need to stay tuned for next week and see what I have to say about McAfee and the bullshit from last night's SmackDown, because I have got plenty to say about that, but I'm saving my opinions for next week. I'm going to get back to Saturday night's main event happening at Madison Square Garden. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. Hopefully it's booked right and everything happens for a reason. But it should be a lot of fun, though. Now, I'm going to get to one thing right now, since I know some folks are hoping for the day AEW goes to Madison Square Garden. I hope so, too. I'm going to go over here to this topic. Yes, the Hurt Syndicate. We heard people. They're looking to recruit a new member, and it's caused some buzz to where people are asking, ooh, who could this person be? Could it be someone on the main roster? Could it be like, say, I'll just throw some random names out there. Leo Rush. I highly doubt it because he looks like a crazy person right now with those pale blue contacts. He almost looks like, I don't know if any of you watch the movie Sinners. If you have, don't spoil it for me. He looks, I swear, Leo Rush looks demonic. So I don't think he would fit into the whole Hurt Syndicate with, we heard people. I know of a few people. Not wrestlers, by the way. Sorry. Not wrestlers who could join the Hurt Syndicate just because they think this faction is awesome. Others, some would say, what about a woman? Would you have Queen Namanata? Maybe. If Athena loses that Ring of Honor Women's World title, and I will get to that in the next topic, if she loses that and goes to AEW, maybe she could join the Hurt Syndicate. But I don't know. This is really interesting. If you have any idea who you think should join the Hurt Syndicate, let me know in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. So that's one. Now I'm going to get to, since I mentioned Athena, that's right. Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor has been scheduled for May 15th in Salisbury, Maryland. I'm sure the card I know is going to be incredible. And hopefully Bandito's feeling well enough he can defend his Ring of Honor World title. I'm sure Deonna Purrazzo is looking forward to defending her Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship, Red Velvet. And, of course, the woman I mentioned before, Athena. Ooh. Okay, well, I could see you in the Hurt Syndicate there, KP. Keith Lee? I don't know how he's doing health-wise. Hopefully he's doing well enough he can get medically cleared. Maybe he can join the Hurt Syndicate. I think that would be a really great idea, by the way. As for you, KB, wait. I hate to do this to you again, but sorry. Yeah. No, it's not. No. For your sake, KB, no. I don't want you to get hurt by Syndicate. But Invention Athena, I don't know who her opponent is, but okay, I'm going to put this out into the universe right here. I'm going to put this into existence. This has to be the pay-per-view where Athena finally loses that Ring of Honor Women's title. She has to lose it. I mean, how much longer can we keep going here? I mean, I don't. Oh my god. Yes, you will, KB. Yes, you will. And I know you will hurt people with good food because you post pictures of how your fabulous food, from like gumbo to sauteed shrimp to the desserts like red velvet cake, cookies, cupcake. Believe me, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP will be thanking you for the fabulous food. It definitely will. Back to this. Athena has to lose this title. I think this needs to be the pay-per-view where she actually loses it and moves on, because she is Ring of Honor's version of Roman Reigns, holding onto a title, with her bloody fingernails. She won't let go. She needs to let go. And there has to be someone out there who's going to step up and let her know, hey, bitch, time's up. Let the title go. But yeah, May 15th, it should be, hopefully this card is booked beautifully, because I want to see this go down, no glitch or anything like that. So, Tony Khan, if you're listening, please make this pay-per-view awesome. Okay. Get out of that one. Oh. Now I'm going to get to some free agent wrestling news. If you know who Lady Frost is, she's done the indie circuit. She was in AEW while her AEW contract was let go. She signed a deal with Major League Wrestling. Ooh. Huh. Oh, Deanna? Okay. We're going back to the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor pay-per-view topic. Hey. I wouldn't be mad if Deanna Purrazzo not only retained her Pure Championship, but also became Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think it would be great. I mean, she is talented. I mean, she is fantastic. There's no question about it. But Lady Frost signed a deal with a wrestling promotion that seems to be on the rise, and it's Major League Wrestling. They ended up getting earlier this year a big killer, no pun intended, signing of Killer Kross and Scarlett. And Killer Kross is your Major League Wrestling World Champion. Oh, sorry, I crushed on another ice cube. Sorry. Snuck in there. But Major League Wrestling is definitely taking advantage of opportunities with these free agent wrestlers. Like I said, Killer Kross is now the Major League Wrestling World Champion. Bravo to him. Proud of him. And he's getting to do the things that WWE seemed really hesitant to pull the trigger on, and he's doing his thing. And I'm sure Lady Frost saw that and was like, I want to see what this promotion has to offer. And hopefully she gets hopefully this is a great opportunity for her to really showcase what she can do, because I think if you watched her wrestle, and I'm sure there are matches of hers you can find on YouTube, she's really good. She is really good. Probably better than what you may think, but she is really, really good. Really good. But so I'm wishing Lady Frost the absolute best of luck. Major League Wrestling, all you people who run that promotion, do right by her. Absolutely do right by her. Take advantage of, give her a chance, because I think she will impress you. I really do. Now, after I thought about switching out, well, actually, I'll save that part for later. I'm going to go into one thing. Now, Chris Jericho was not the only person to come back on AEW. This person did as well. That's right. My wrestler of the week is someone who has made history in AEW. First ever 3-time women's world champion. Her first reign, longest women's world title reign in AEW history. She did previously hold the record for longest title reign in company history before Jade Cargill and later Mercedes Moné broke that. But, Hikaru Shida returned on this time AEW Collision. Willow Nightingale put out an open challenge for the TBS title, and Hikaru Shida came out, and God, I was so glad to see her back. She hasn't been on AEW television or wrestled in a little over a year and a half since 2024. That is crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but she came back. She looks great, put on a heck of a match against Willow, did tease a heel turn after Willow retained because she was holding their trademark kendo stick, but she didn't do it. I think eventually the heel turn is going to happen for her, and I'm sure people are going to be happy because she has been a face. I know she's not super well known, but watch past matches. If you have my AEW.com or you want to check out AEW's YouTube channel, check it out. She is good. She is really good. Hikaru Shida, I think she's sticking and staying this time around, and hopefully she will be in contention, maybe for the TBS title, maybe the AEW Women's World title. She could get that back, become a 4-time champion. And I'm been a fan of hers since the beginning of AEW when I first saw her, and I'm like, okay, she's unique, she's interesting, she's good, and I was surprised. I mean, heck, she even had one hell of a terrific match. She had good matches against Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, and various others. I know some people have other opinions about her, but this is just mine. But I think she is fantastic. I do hope she sticks and stays, and I'm really hoping for the absolute best for her because I really think she's amazing. So, Hikaru Shida, my wrestler of the week. This last segment, I thought about switching out who was going to be in this segment, but then I decided to wait until next week because the person in the Roast a Wrestler segment, here he is. Yeah, Andrade El Idolo. One thing I'm going to do, sir, is I'm going to keep your personal life out of this because I'm not willing. I will not go there. Let's just face it. Despite the fact I'm going to obliterate you, I do respect you enough that I will not mention your personal life. I don't need to say it. Nobody really needs to know unless they already do. But Andrade, you are unbelievably talented. You've been in WWE, NXT. Sure, WWE on the main roster. You've got screwed over. Even when you made a comeback after being in AEW the first time. I don't know what happened. I don't no fucking idea what happened with you in WWE the second time around, but you clearly were not booked right. Storylines were not right. And it wasn't ultimately working out. You could have teamed with Rey Fenix. Heck, you two could have been tag team champions for all I know. But apparently they let you go, WWE did, and you go right back to AEW, and you are being booked like the star that you are. I mean, shit, you could have had a match against MJF for that title. Heck, you could have won it. But no, Andrade, you had to align yourself with the Don Callis family, a faction that needs to fucking die, okay? It needs to die. It's too big. There's too many egos. This feels very unstable. Why are you a part of that sort of thing when you're just as capable of doing things on your own and not having a asshole like Don Callis whispering in your ear like that? Andrade, you don't need that. Now you have a match at Dynasty against Darby Allin, and I could tell from the look on your face, dude, you did not want to do it. But you're only doing it because guess what? MJF, who is asking to get put in this segment for the second time, and I will be way harsher on him than I am with Andrade right now. Andrade, you don't need to be in a feud with Darby Allin. You don't need to fight him at Dynasty. Of course, you're going to. You need to focus on achieving your own goals in AEW, like becoming AEW World Champion, which I think is eventually going to happen at some point down the line. I don't know when, but I think it's going to happen. And also, you need to focus more on your wrestling and less about the hot chicks in the crowd that you keep taking selfies with. Because, look, we know they're like either pro wrestlers, only, and some of them OnlyFans models. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, I get probably, you see these chicks and I know you're single, you are single and probably mingling. And you probably see these hot chicks and probably get a bit horny, but Jesus Christ, buddy. Stop with the selfies. It is so freaking distracting. I'm like, wait, who's he fighting again? That's how confused I get every time I see these chicks. These women showing up at your matches, at these at the tapings and stuff. God damn it. Stop. I know you're a real Latino man. I don't doubt that. You're not my type, by the way. And people out there, don't ask me what my type is, okay? I'm married. So you don't need to know. But Andrade, focus on the ultimate goal at hand. Don't focus on selfies with chicks. Do not listen to Don Callis. Go after MJF. And if you have to, rip his fucking head off. But if you don't, and you end up back in the segment, I will be way harsher this time around. I'm kind of taking it easy on you a little bit, simply because I like you. I wish I didn't have to do this, but you kind of did. You did a bad thing, buddy. You did a bad thing. I hope Darby beats your head, basically beats you up, and then you tell Don Callis to go fuck himself. So there you go. That's the only way you're going to get any redemption from me is you do this to Don Callis. And I'm out. Okay. Goddamn. I've probably got more anger and rage that'll be coming out next week. You'll just have to see. But there you go. There is the ticker, all that good stuff. Of course, follow BTR on social media, BTRETB. And of course, the big one, we are going for the 4,000 watch hours. So go youtube.com/ETB network. Check out all the shows. Check out this show. Check out Press Row. Check out Forever Power 5. Check out the MMA Outsiders. We got a lot of great content, and we're getting closer. We are definitely getting closer to those 4,000 watch hours. So check out all that awesome content. So saying thank you to I think we had 128 people watching this show live on our social media platforms and all that good stuff. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you folks next week with a brand new episode of Between the Ropes. See ya.